Hi Post-16, welcome to this week's briefing, our last one of Module 5. I hope you all have a nice week next week and that the sun keeps shining for you during that week off from doing schoolwork. I'm coming to you from my house. I hope you're still safe at home in yours and that everything is going well for you. If you face any kind of problems or challenges, please reach out to us so that we can support you while you are stuck at home and away from us. We are still posting all the time in our Post-16 Google Community Classroom. Please keep up with the announcements that are on there and keep interacting with us so that we can be there to support you in whichever way you think we need. This week's briefing is going to be focusing on role modelling. Now, you will remember that a couple of months ago we asked for applications for people to step up in Year 12 and become role models for the rest of the academy by joining our student leadership team. And we just got to the point where we had all of our application letters in, and then we got the word that we had to close. Normally at this point we would have done interviews with students to make decisions about who was going to take what role in the leadership team. But this year we have decided, under the exceptional circumstances, to make appointments based on the quality of people's application letters and our working knowledge of students since the start of Year 12. So today's briefing is where I get to reveal to you, and it would always be this final briefing of Module 5 when I would do this, but I get to reveal to you the student leadership team for the 2020-2021 academic year. Now, when I became head of Post-16 3 years ago now, one of the very first things that I did and changed in how Post-16 was set up was to create a student leadership team. And the reason I did that is because I think it is really important for you all to have an opportunity to step up, take on responsibility, show what you can do, give something back to the academy, and take on a leadership role for yourself, because the things that you learn through taking on a leadership role stay with you for the rest of your life. As always, because it's me that is saying this, I point you in reference to Nelson Mandela at this point, a quote from him about leadership and the approach to take with leadership, and it kind of reflects why I feel so strongly about the importance of a student leadership team. He said it's better to lead from behind and to put others in front, especially when you celebrate victory, when nice things occur. And that for me is why we have a student leadership team. It's about putting you, the students, in the front so that you can make these beautiful, positive things happen in our academy. And that's why this week's briefing is all about role modelling, because the people that have put themselves forward to join the leadership team this year are determined to be role models. Now, the two biggest role models that we will have on the leadership team next year are our academy head boy and our academy head girl. So, without further ado, I am delighted to reveal to you that David Akumabasin and Amrita Kaur-Atwal have been chosen to be our academy head boy and head girl for the coming year. They're going to have a really busy year. Not only are they going to be working hard in Year 13 to achieve excellent results next year, but they are going to be the people that we call on to stand up and speak, to meet visitors, to be the front face of students in the Lee Academy. And I can't think of two people better qualified than David and Amrita to fulfil that role. So thank you to David and Amrita for agreeing to take on this responsibility and for being as excited as you were when I spoke to you on the phone earlier this week. Each college in the academy will have a head student, someone who will be a role model within their college in the academy, and it will be down to the academy's heads of college to make a decision about how they want those students to fulfil those responsibilities. So we have 4 colleges in school, and therefore I can reveal to you now the 4 students who've been chosen to be the head student for their college. So David is going to be taking on the role of not only of Academy head boy but also Chaucer head student. But I'm delighted to tell you that Mac Egan is going to be our head student in Darwin College, that Julia Bednachik is going to be taking on that role in Brunel College, and that Anisha Thomas is going to be doing that role in Da Vinci College. They're going to be awesome. They've each got very particular strengths and personal and individual qualities that are going to make them outstanding in those roles. And I'm very, very glad that they too were excited about taking on this responsibility when I spoke to them on the phone this week. Now, every year the size of our student leadership team varies. Some years it's really big and some years it's smaller, depending on the number of good candidates that have put themselves forward. And year on year, typically, our student leadership team has grown because more students have felt confident to put themselves forward. And we asked everybody that put themselves up to be in the student leadership team this year to tell us in their application letter about a club that they wanted to set up and run next year with the support of a member of teaching staff to make our academy an even better place to be than it already is. And so the names that you're going to see on the slides that follow are going to be the names of the other people who've been appointed to the student leadership team and the clubs that they are going to be running. Now, if you aren't in the student leadership team next year, that doesn't mean that you can't get involved and you could join in and help these students to make these clubs a success. They're going to need your support. So we have got Mac and Amandeep are going to be running a film club. Andrea is going to be running a music club. Midday is going to be running an anime club. Nicole is going to be running a poetry club. Jainaba is going to be running a dance club. And Naomi is going to be running a drama club. Now, all of those fit neatly under the umbrella of an arts team, so they will be working together as a team to make those clubs happen and to bring some cultural enrichment to the lives of students in the Lee Academy, all the way through from year 7 to year 13. We've also got a team of students who the projects they wanted to run next year all fitted under the umbrella of education. So we are going to be having Amrita, our Academy head girl, is going to be running revision support sessions for younger students. Annabelle is going to be running literacy and reading support for younger students. Shanky is going to be running a similar kind of support program but for students who want help with their maths. Charlotte is going to be providing some support to our SEN students, particularly those who use British Sign Language as a means of communication, which is really important in a school like ours where we have a hearing impaired unit based in the school. Amy Ella is going to be running an eco club to try and raise the profile of environmental education in the academy. And Gemma is going to be leading the charge on our charitable fundraising next year. They are also going to be absolutely awesome, and the kind of support they're providing in that education team is something that no school can succeed without happening, and the staff are going to be very excited to be working with those students to make those opportunities happen. We had lots of students when they applied to join the leadership team wanted to basically provide some kind of mentoring or talk service to younger students so that younger students would have older role models they could go to talk through challenges that they were facing in school, and people that could be there if particularly student service managers in school had students that were struggling a little bit that they could refer them on to. So our talk team next year is going to be comprised of David and Tope, Anna, Luthia, Kate, Josephine, Eloise, Kaylee and Shalom. And given what I know of each of those individuals, I think they're going to be outstanding in their ability to reach out and connect with younger students and support them through any challenges or difficulties that they're facing. That's going to be a vital service that we are offering through Post-16 next year that's going to benefit the whole academy. Now, some of the students that applied to join the student leadership team also put forward suggestions for running clubs to do with sport. And so from that student leadership team, we're going to ask people to step up and get involved with trying to make some sport happen. I'm particularly keen to see some sport happening in Post-16 to make sure that we are providing you opportunities to be physically well, to go alongside the support we put in place to ensure that you are emotionally well additionally. So I ask the rest of you in Year 12 to give all of them your support when they ask for help, to be willing to step up and provide that help. I am really excited to be working with that group of students. I'm excited by the projects that they're going to be running next year, and I know that students next year are going to really enjoy taking advantage of the opportunities that those students provide for them. And I know that each and every one of those students is going to be a great role model and a great ambassador, not only for Post-16 but for the entire student body of the Lee Academy. My and finally thought this week is very much to do with those students, and my first and finally thought this week is for the students who are now members of the student leadership team. Nelson Mandela said, "Sometimes it falls upon a generation to be great. You can be that great generation. Let your greatness blossom." So all of you in Post-16, you can be that great generation of students in the Lee Academy. And if you've stepped up to actually be in the Post-16 leadership team, then Nelson has words for you too. He says, "We can change the world and make it a better place. It is in your hands to make a difference." How great our student body is next year, and how thriving our community at the Lee Academy is next year doesn't just sit with the staff, it sits with the students as well. We each have a part to play, and I have complete confidence that all of those students in the new leadership team are going to play their part to make the Lee Academy a great place. I will see you after the half-term holiday, when the first briefing back after the holiday is going to be all about the extended project qualification, everything you need to know about it so you can make a decision whether or not you want to sign up to add that to your qualification list while you're in Year 13. Have a great week off, enjoy the sunshine, see you soon.